Pregnant horse refuses to give birth, but when the vet sees the ultrasound, calls the police. Ben noticed his pregnant horse was strangely curled up. As Felicia's pregnancy progressed, he had expected that she would experience some changes, but he had not anticipated that his mare would evolve into a completely other species. When the veterinarian received the call and viewed the ultrasound, he grabbed up the phone and dialed 911. It was incredible what they saw inside the horse. When Ben caressed Felicia's distended belly, he felt an unusual lump that began to move. He had no clue that one day his horse would catch him in a lie and have him stand in front of the authorities. Ben had always wanted to have horses, and after years of saving, he was finally able to buy a mare that he named Felicia. As soon as they connected, Ben realized that taking care of her was the nicest part of his day. Ben noted that Felicia seemed to be extremely lonely, which gave him the idea for a creative solution to his problem. Ben decided to pay a stallion to mate Felicia instead as a result. Still, Ben wasn't searching for anything specific, other than to give Felicia a friend and eventually a foal. So he started searching around for the ideal match. He had no idea that he was about to enter a never-ending nightmare. The caller assured Ben that everything would be okay and spoke affably and confidently about the process. The two of them planned the breeder's visit to Ben's farm, and everything went as the breeder had anticipated. Before Ben could even start to worry, Felicia and the stallion had mated. After receiving his cash, the breeder requested that Felicia have an ultrasound as soon as possible to confirm the procedure. He went to his neighborhood veterinarian and had an ultrasound done. Felicia became pregnant after 2 weeks, and everything seemed to be in order. Much to his relief, the events unfolded naturally over the next few months. Ben called the breeder to let him know the outcome was a success. He shared the same joy that everything was going as planned. On the other hand, Felicia fought falling asleep and instead paced her horses. In addition, she became hostile toward Ben and strangers. The problem was unknown to the farmer. She grew agitated and angry toward him and the other animals in the area. Ben had given up on attempting to calm Felicia down after 11 months. Ben liked how calm the vet seemed. But he was going to find out what that something was, since it didn't seem right. One morning, Ben was strolling around the property when he noticed Felicia sleeping in an odd position. Felicia was clearly in distress, but Ben wasn't sure how to help. After describing everything to the vet, he was informed that his mare could have started her labor and needs solitude. Ben was not persuaded, despite the veterinarian and logic telling him not to be concerned. Ben was alarmed by this odd protrusion since it was not usual. The farmer was instantly worried upon seeing it because of its strange appearance. He described the lump and was anticipating another sermon about maintaining composure from the vet. Ben was shocked to learn that the vet agreed with him. The veterinarian provided Ben with a difficult choice. Although they incur the danger of injuring both the mare and themselves, they might attempt to physically restrain Felicia throughout the ultrasound and birth. Ben finally found the answers he was seeking for after experiencing months of agony and worry. A tracker chip was hidden within the bulge. Although Ben had no knowledge that it existed, this was completely against the law, and the veterinarian wasn't persuaded. The horse owner was shocked, but before he could even contemplate questioning the vet, he heard a police car's blaring sirens driving toward his farm. 20 minutes later, 2 police officers were sitting in front of Ben, questioning him. They began by asking him where he had purchased Felicia and why he wanted a horse. The cops didn't start to trust Ben until he revealed the breeder he had used. He was shocked to learn that they possessed a photo of him. However, it was a mugshot. Consequently, this breeder had a sinister past. It appears he picked out Felicia and put the tracking device so he could come back and grab her. Without Ben's constant care for his mare, the breeder would not have been successful. The police were able to track down the breeder and detain him once again while Ben was being questioned by the authorities. At the same time, the vet had Felicia's chip removed. Because of that, as soon as the chip was taken out, the mare returned to her understanding and gentle nature. Ben could not have been more happy. While his way to adding another member to his collection was far more traumatic than he could have imagined, in the end, he was grateful that both Felicia and the foal were safe and healthy.